They're all cursed! Today we're talking Realm of X, number 2. Today on The Newest Mutants! Welcome. Today we are following up on Realm of X, part of the Fall of X storyline. I'm Laz. I read comics so you don't have to. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe. But now, let's get comicking. Let's do a little recap about episode 1 of Realm of X, or issue 1 as the kids call it these days. Following the events of the Hellfire Gala, Magic, Dust, Mirage, Typhoid Mary, Marrow, and a young mutant named Curse entered a Krakoan portal to escape the gala itself and all the violence that was going on there. And they ended up in Vanaheim, one of the Asgardian realms, I suppose. Magic lost her powers, and Curse went missing. When the 5 mutants, minus Curse, met up with the Vanir, the people that live in Vanaheim, after an intense battle, they discovered that they were at the center of a prophecy. And now they are embarking on a quest of sorts to both leave this realm and perhaps save it from a dire fate. Our story begins with Curse recounting the day that she was dragged through a Krakoan portal and arrived in Vanaheim. She didn't want to go through that portal, but Magic, Illyana Rasputin, told her sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do, and pulled her in. She claimed she didn't want to hurt anyone, but she was so angry, and we find out she is the actual reason that they are in Vanaheim in the first place, as she cursed Magic and the others as they were going through the portal, saying she didn't want to go with Charles. Now, she's recounting all of this to Saturnine, who has taken her in and lending a sympathetic ear to Curse. Curse was sorry she ran away from the others because she bets they're all looking for her now. They are. But Saturnine lies to her and tells her they're only searching for a way back to Midgard, aka Earth, and they're not searching for her specifically. Curse goes to sleep saying, "They're not my friends." Aww. Dust and Magic are walking through the woods and discussing the issues at hand. Neither of them wants to be in this realm. They're very scared. They also talk about the magic surrounding the Citadel, which is blocked by an invisible wall of sorts. It's also the only magic that Illyana can feel. She still can't use her powers or her magic, however. After discussing the wall, Illyana thinks that she remembers something in the Vanaheim library about a wall and turns back to do some research. We cut to Typhoid Mary, who is sparring with a Vanaheim warrior, and Mary is beating this poor warrior rather handedly and knocks him down, ending up on top of him. There's a lot of sexual tension going on here, and the narration sort of alludes to that fact. Despite Mary's attitude, she may be into this sweet, gentle, and strong warrior, something Wilson Fisk, her husband, would probably not like. In the library now with Illyana Rasputin, Magic consults with a Vanaheim wise woman and who is helping her with books. She finds a book about this wall, this invisible wall, but the wise woman also gives her a book of prophecy that describes the 5th mutant, a child described as chaos, not Curse. Clearly it is Curse, though, based on this drawing, who is at the center of this story. So now at the Emberstone Citadel with Saturnine, Saturnine is discussing Curse with Sana. Sana is describing some of the shenanigans that Curse has been up to in the weeks since they've been here, including making a person vomit an extinct group of frogs back to life. Saturnine is impressed, and Sana wants Saturnine to ask Curse for help with something. Saturnine doesn't think it's time yet to ask, but she does think it's time to start planting the idea of getting help with this certain something. But what is it? Conveniently, Curse walks in on Saturnine and Sana, and they're around this mysterious font of energy, and she inquires about it. Saturnine tells her it's an ancient power that was locked away in another dimension, and she calls it limitless power. Without it, they could lose the war with the Vanir. Saturnine tells that to Curse. We cut over to Danny Moonstar, aka Mirage, and Marrow, aka Sarah Rushman. They're scouting out the Citadel of Saturnine. Suddenly, bounty hunters come at them. They messed with the wrong mutants, obviously, and they're also joined by Dust, and they easily make quick work of these bounty hunters. Dust has found a location, though, in the Citadel's walls where Saturnine's mercenaries get through. She thinks she could find a similar weak spot that they could get through using her powers, at least in Dust form. Returning from her weeks-long expedition to find a way out of Vanaheim, Mirage has an argument with Mary. Mary is mad that they have been gone so long and have brought nothing back to help them leave. Mary wants to know why Danny can't just call Asgard for help, considering she had once been a Valkyrie. Danny says they're either just not answering or returning her calls, or maybe they're involved somehow. Weird. Mary hates it here, and she wants to leave. She's been stuck with her sparring partner, wannabe Legolas, and Little Miss Powerless, Magic. She feels like a glorified babysitter. This jab at Magic stings her, and she's hurt. But she says Mary is right, and they should be trying to find Curse and a way out. Saturnine is now torturing a Vanir woman named Joanna, but Joanna won't give her any of this information that she wants. She's, Saturnine is using magic, levitating her in the air, all sorts of things. But Joanna's like, you can't outsmart destiny, ha ha ha. Outside of the Citadel, the four warriors of prophecy, Marrow, Mary, Mirage, and Dust, are walking through this forest that is enchanted, and they don't really show what's going on, but they sort of have these horrific flashback memories just running through their heads. Whatever it is, they make it through and arrive right at these magical walls. Dust is able to use her powers and opens up a hole in the wall to reveal a massive city. They're all surprised that it had actually been there the entire time. So now we're back to Saturnine, and she's made a decision. She's just gonna kill all of the mutants. And on the very final page of this comic book, Magic sneaks out of the Vanir city or town to sneak in to the Citadel alone. And that's the book! Welcome now to the part of the episode where I like to thank you for making it this far, and I usually ask a question. Today's question is about the nature of this particular series. To me, it is all about character development. And as we go through this series, we learn more about who Curse is. We see Typhoid Mary, someone who is usually an antagonist, get thrust into a heroic role. We see Magic without her powers and her own sense of self being tied to them. These three really seem to be the stars of this particular show. And I like how these characters are growing as well. That being said, are you more into books that showcases action and combat over those that focus on character development and lore? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how you feel about Realm of X and how it fits into the Fall of X storyline. Time to give credit where credit is due, and shout out to our cover artist for this issue, Stephanie Hans, who really created a captivating cover with both Mary and Magic sparring. It's a really cool cover. Our writer for this issue is Torin Gronbeck. Our artist is Diogenes Neves. Color artist is Rain Barreto. Letterer is Clayton Cowles. And of course, Marvel's editor-in-chief, CB Cebulski. Okay, let's get to my takeaways. This issue is all about showing the struggles of our heroes after they have been in Vanaheim a few weeks. Marrow, Mirage, Dust, and Magic struggle to find a way out of Vanaheim or find Curse. Magic especially struggles with the loss of her powers and her role with the other mutants, especially her dynamic with Typhoid Mary. Mary, on the other hand, struggles with both boredom and also her feeling towards someone who is being compassionate to her, that is her sparring partner, wannabe Legolas. Curse struggles with how she thinks she's been abandoned by the mutants she traveled with. Even Saturnine struggles a bit with how she will deal with this prophecy and the mutants. Like I said earlier, this is a character developing series. I'm here for it, okay? But really, we're just like these mutants, struggling every day to deal with our own personal issues. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy the story of Realm of X. Also, please, Marvel, give me some more Mary-related comics. I'd love to see her become a true mutant antihero. Let's take a look now at my favorite panels from this book. My third favorite panel belongs here to these two frames of Saturnine and Curse. It kind of reminds me of like a Conan comic or something similar in the fantasy genre. I love the curiosity in Curse's poses, and in Saturnine, the power that she projects. They're very simple panels in design, but convey a lot about our story and the dynamics of the characters and what's really kind of going on. My second favorite panel is this panel of the big reveal of the city in Vanaheim that was obscured by magic. The color and the detail are really cool, and the four mutants are similarly surprised by its revelation. One of the best pieces of art in this issue, for sure. Finally, my favorite panel is this one. It's Mirage and Marrow getting ready to fight some bounty hunters. And let's face it, they look sick. Powers at the full, bows and bone blades drawn. I love these panels. I love battle-ready poses. Marrow's expression is also awesome. It's a fun panel. I love it. Real comic book. Well, that's it. That's the show. But before I go, of course, I always love to showcase an issue from my collection, and this issue is Uncanny X-Men number 160, and it's the first appearance of Illyana Rasputin as an adolescent. Previously, she had been shown as a child in Giant Size X-Men number 1, but now she's a teen. We get a really good and cool action-packed cover illustrated by artist Brent Anderson. This book is also the first appearance of the Limbo demon Sim, so check it out. Awesome cover. Next time on the Newest Mutants, we're going to be talking X-Force 45. I love the cover of this book. Thanks for watching. We are the Newest Mutants!